how do you tell if your leopard gecko is about to shed its skin? Now, if you own reptiles, this will probably be really obvious. However, if this is going to be your first reptile, you may be kind of curious as to how to tell when they're about to shed, and this will also stop you getting slightly worried if your gecko suddenly turns white. When they're about to shed their skin, it can be more obvious depending on the colour of your leopard gecko. For example, the darker your leopard gecko, the more obvious it is when it's about to shed, as the skin that's about to shed is white. Whereas I have Ziggy and Diego, who are both yellow, so when they shed their skin, it's not so obvious. But here we have Gizmo. She's very close to shedding her skin. Now, as you can see, she's not quite ready on the nose, and this is usually one of the last places to fully go white. Another place is the end of the tail. Ideally, they peel their skin back from their mouth all the way back, and it'll just come off like a banana. But this doesn't always happen, and more often than not, they will start to peel from underneath their armpit. Sometimes it just tears there, and sometimes it's just a way they choose to take it off. Do not be alarmed if your gecko starts to eat the skin, that is perfectly natural. However, some just tend to leave bits about, so also don't worry too much about that. Don't ever try to force the skin off before your gecko started to shed, especially in sensitive areas such as eyes and ears. You'll notice just before they're going to shed, the skin will pop out the ears, which hasn't actually happened for Gizmo yet. So allow your gecko to shed in peace, offer them a moist hide to help with the skin, and then I say give it maybe 12 to 24 hours after shedding. If they've still got a few bits on their feet or on other parts of their body, then maybe give them a hand and help get it off. And another question I'm asked quite a lot is how often do leopard geckos shed their skin, and really this depends on growth rate. I would say when they're young, if they're growing at a consistent pace, usually they will shed maybe once a month. However, I find with adults it splits up more, like 6 to 8 weeks. If you want any more information on shedding, please click here and you can go and visit the playlist where I cover shedding skin quite a bit. Thank you for watching and goodbye. I totally just spilt this dirt all over my bongo. Yes, I do film on a bongo. It's very professional.